Hi everyone, it's Bagger. It is a little late, a little early, depending upon what day it is here. It's actually Friday. We're doing this for Thursday evening, and we're a little bit late, 12:30 a.m. So let's go through and take a look at what we have. First thing, please disregard, we're running a few programs here. Akagi Tester, it's been doing pretty well. The YM Dual Fairway, it's been doing pretty well. The Trend Caddy ES, that does great. And it's in a great winning trade. So we need to back out these monies, which is roughly what, 25, 2600 maybe. But look at Nicholas. Jeez, Nicholas, holy mackerel. Just a couple of days, he picks up, he got on that short, ran us up about 30 grand, gets off the short, gets us long, and he's net up about 14 grand. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. VIX. Now, I don't have time this evening to show you. We've been working pretty hard and pretty late. We're going to have some new things coming your way next week, coming off of the driving range. The driving range tool, the radar, we're going to continue to work on that. That is meant to be a trading tool. However, a lot of the code we think can build into a really nice indicator for the VIX, and an indicator for stocks as well, that could be used for options and even futures for that matter. Kind of more maybe on a daily basis than an intraday basis, but you never know. We will be working on that, testing it out a little bit more tomorrow, over the weekend, and early next week. Into next. Let me just say this: next week. I'm not going to pin myself down to say early next week, but hopefully by the end of next week, we'll have some new tools to you. And once again, we're adding these as we get them into the library. So if you haven't checked out the library, you might want to. And if you need the the password, just let us know. And the library is there for indicators, for strategies, for radars, for annual members. Okay. VIX risk on day 3, and 9-day VIX risk on day 1, risk off caution, and risk off pause. So this market is, just dare I say bulletproof, but it really is just, came back with a vengeance and is doing what it's doing, and defies logic. But I'm not gonna. We don't apply logic. Try not to. S&P cash long 62 days. It's right back in the swing of things. Advancing, shorts heading down. FedEx lagging, trending down, but had a pretty good day. And the yield curve is very, very handsome for the banks. I mean, look at this yield. I mean, you talk about free money, just free money, really pegged. They've done a beautiful job of financially engineering that. And the skew is now moving down, starting to trend down. That is all a comforting picture for the bulls. So I'm going to have to revisit some of our own positions. I may have got myself a little caught on some options, but it happens, and we're going to see how tomorrow plays out. Let's go look at the daily though, and here we be. I gotta fix these things. They look too busy here. So I'm gonna do some work on this page next week. I think we had them grouped together. I don't like all these, individual. Too busy. I'm sorry. So we'll get this page fixed. But you can see here, VIX short markets trending all along, and the noteworthy one is the dollar. Long 3 days, euro short 5 days. Beautiful pairs trade there, and that could sustain itself. Now, near term, we're picking up on some readings that the dollar is, moving into an area where it could pull back. So I think there'll be plenty of opportunity there, but it's kind of interesting to us. Gold is not liking it at all. Silver, I think that's a bit of a story, and the Reddit tiers, you don't want to get in front of them, but that's probably going to come back with gold. Oil just keeps moving, and you can see everything else that you need to see, I hope. Now we're going to slide over, and we're going to come up there we go. So we're very much out of bounds on the Russell up here at 2180, north of 2180. We're actually at 2205. I'd say we're out of bounds. We're ES, same thing. We're currently at 3874.75. So we're out of bounds, and we would be still looking for these markets to pull in. If you see any sellers, let me know. Let's go intraday. Look at this. 81 hours ago, 5,300, 21, 3, 81 hours ago. So much for, free markets here, but our non-manipulated markets. 52, 80 hours ago, 81 hours with the VIX, perfect match, 6,374. So what's that? Let's just call that 5, 8, 13, 19, 24, 25,000 inside of 81 hours. That covers up a lot of sins. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500, and let's see who the big movers of the day were. Align and Limited Brands just keeps on moving. God, they're just pouring into that stock. Just crazy, huh? That thing could have been had just, well, look, 1562, but we saw it down around 7 or 8. I mean, that's Victoria's Secrets. They can't go out of business. God, no. Man, you could have bought that franchise for $5 or $6. Now, that's, that I'd put 50 grand in. GameStop, no, but Victoria's Secrets, absolutely. 50 grand. But it was there. It was there. We were commenting on it. PayPal, earnings, SNA. So you can see these big percentage movers. How about down? Oh, here's GameStop. Here it is, below 50. Isn't that awful? Awful. Qualcomm, IP, big percentage movers. And these guys are just flagging, not doing real well. How about new entries? Look at them. Got a whole slew of them. And they're all in the money. Here they are. Be sure to take a peek at them. And here we go. Really looking forward to introducing some of these new tools next week. I think you're going to really like them. And how about on the short side? Bristol Myers. I don't think I'd short Bristol Myers. It's just too stodgy. Campbell Soup. The market sells off. They'll move a ton of money into Bristol Myers. So, but you can see these are all broken stocks for now. Technically broken. Let's go to the NASDAQ 100, and who do we have here? Some of the same stocks, but you get the chance to see the big movers. And then how about down? And that Qualcomm, that may have been a missed earnings. Cognizant, Signals, Autodesk 3 days into it, Monster, Nvidia, Ross Stores, T-Mobile. Some of these are underwater. I'm not sure what that's all about, but could an opportunity here. And on the short side, nothing really that new, and not that many. Let's look at the traditional chart, and here we are. Okay, so everyone's going to say, hey, that's just a dip off to the races, make new high, and keep on moving. You can see the percent B is lagging. So we have some divergence, but we got to wait. We got to let this burn itself out. Could get a situation where we just have some sort of capitulatory blow off where the shorts just, say, this is bullshit. They cover, and just about after they do that, boom, down the other side. But very, perfect example. Although we had some V tops here, but bottoms usually are V bottoms. If you haven't gathered that, V bottoms, they come down, form a hammer, and then boom, right back up the other side as the shorts cover, and then everyone piles in. And then you get the Johnny come lately say, hey, I got to get on this, and they just, it all comes together for them. VIX, by the way, let's just take a look at that VIX, and smashed it. Now the thing of it is with the VIX, we'll have to have a conversation about these high frequency traders. Guys, they may have just got this thing, flat out figured out here, with the billions and billions of dollars. They're the ones making the market. When things get really out of hand, they step in, they peel some off. I mean, it just may be the environment that we're going to be in, and we're going to have to just trade it. Very, very frustrating, but it is a managed, it's managed, and it's very, very obvious. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. The S&P on our, look what we're doing. We're going to get up into here. It certainly looks like, probably even do it tomorrow. 39.05, and we'll see what we do when we get up there. That'll be 100% extension of this move after the election. Took us a while, pretty jagged, but that's what it looks like it's headed to. If it gets up above that, God Almighty, you could, the rule of thumb is on Fibonacci is that if they clear it, they usually go to the next one. That'd be 4,046, 138 extension. So. And once they get up new high, there's not a whole lot of resistance. Everyone just piles in, all the shorts cover, and boom, it's party time. We shall see. And and that's really going to do it for tonight, if you don't mind. Kind of short and sweet. Where we are, Nicholas has got himself long. He's 14, 15 grand into the trade. The VIX has come back. Everything's calmed down. Everything's right with the world. The trends are back in place, and it is what it is. Let me show you something very quickly, though. This is going to be one of our new tools that we're going to add. It's not going to replace anything. It's going to couple what we do with the VIX. This is going to be our fear and greed radar, and we're up here. We're up at 70. When this guy gets up here, this would be extreme greed, and we would look for the market, to pull in. But this is where we are. So, could these markets still go higher as the volatility stays up in here? Absolutely. Also, let's look at some of the individual markets here. Here are the ES. We're up here. The Russell has been punching into euphoria. So we think the Russell is most likely going to come back in. And the Russell has been the leader. So we're up in here. I don't think once we move up into euphoria, it may be an intraday thing, and then we'll look to see if we can pull back. Now, I'm not saying we're going to pull back and get into a panic sell-off, but I wouldn't be looking to get a ton of calls. I'm not going to be a ton of calls, a ton of longs, or looking to take a lot of big buys. I'm going to be looking particularly at the Russell for some sort of breakdown on a point and figure or a line break chart where I can fade it and play it back. I think that would be the safer trade. Here, gold, just the opposite. I'd be looking for a bounce in gold. These are counter trades. Oil, boy, it's been hanging up here. I'm not going to go near oil. And the dollar is probably going to pull in. I'm not going to fade the dollar, but probably going to pull in. And treasuries, though, are down in here. And I think treasuries we could be looking for a buy. So I'll be looking for a fade on the Russell. I'll be looking for a buy on gold, and I'll be looking for buys on treasuries. And I'll keep an eye on oil. I'm not going to buy it up here, but if we get some sort of pullback, pull in, I'd be interested. This is what we'll be getting to you. And well, whoops, I just lost my feed there. And this is a build off of the driving range. We're going to keep the driving range though, because the driving range is there's a lot more information there to affect trades and make trades. This is going to be kind of a down and dirty view for truly timing and getting the best timing on some of these trades. It isn't really going to be trending. It's not a trend tool. It's more of a counter tool. What do we know? When we're out here and when we're out here, we know that about anywhere from 85 to 95% of the time, price will move back to the middle. That would be just fine. We got to just make sure we don't go too soon. We got to make sure that we got a good breakdown. You got to be using the right charts, right strategy, and be looking for it and waiting for it. Be patient. Good night. Good luck. And we'll see everyone on Sunday night. We got a busy weekend. Thanks, everyone.